Hello, welcome to GPTV on Monday the 6th of February. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And here we are out of our offices at number 9 Devon Street in the heart of Caulfield North. Why are we here, Gary? We're here because Ideas at GPTV is working so well, and a viewer wrote in to say, get out of the office, show us some real estate. So here we are at a brand new 2-storey home that goes to auction on Sunday the 19th of February at 11:30 a.m. and we're going to show you some footage of this fantastic property in a few moments. I suppose, Gary, we really should have asked the vendor whether we could be here, but we will be holding some party celebrations this coming weekend, perhaps here to celebrate your birthday yesterday.
Yes, it was my birthday yesterday. Thanks, Philip. And in terms of all the hair comments, there are a few more grey ones there, but looking forward, another year on the planet, another year of life. Happy to be here, and I think you probably should have checked the vendor before you went through the fridge, Philip, actually before, but good to be out in location in this wonderful, beautiful new property in Devon Street, just up the road from the racecourse, Phil, not far away, and all happening now, Caulfield Racecourse, one of the big local events, the Blue Diamond, coming up on the 25th of February.
We may well be renaming GPTV to On the Couch, Gary, and I must say it's great to be sitting on the couch where perhaps now we look like we're the same height.
Well, I think if you have a look at this shot, we're going to put it over now, and just put it over. Now, people have been saying that I'm very much taller than you. I'm not that much taller, but if you have a look at this photo, because we've had a lot of commentary about this, it's like you're like a little kid next to me. It's not, the chairs aren't lower or higher, it's only because I happen to sit up a lot more, and you're a bit of a sloucher, I think, Phil. A bit more relaxed. I'm obviously a lot more tense than you are. You just seem maybe that whole Aspen, Colorado thing has been good for you. And talking of Colorado, talking about the United States, big news, Jennifer Aniston has just bought a property.
More about that perhaps later, Gary. Let's talk a little bit more about the local real estate market. Great to be back at work, and certainly what a great week we had last week, and a great week from the point of view that a lot of really fabulous listings came in last week.
Got some exciting listings of beauties in ELSTERNWICK and a few others as well, a block of flats coming on the market, so some great stock coming up, and also this weekend a lot of good real estate starting off, which we're going to have a look at in a moment. But first, just to talk about the weekend of open inspections, because the weekend past was really the start of the season, the opening of the season, so to speak, and the numbers were fantastic. We talked a bit last week, Phil, about the phone ringing. It really has translated into great numbers of people out there looking at open homes.
And everybody's asking us, of course, as soon as we see anybody or speak to anybody, they're saying, Philip, Gary, what's going on with the real estate market in the year 2012? And as the auctions haven't started yet, the best gauge, the best barometer, Gary, that we can have is, of course, is the phone ringing, and how are the numbers at the open for inspections?
Well, last weekend the numbers, the average number of people at an open inspection over the weekend was 34 people, and that's way up on this time last year. So just talking about comparing it to the same avenue of time, it's fantastic to see a significant increase. So 34 groups of people per property, and our biggest one, we reviewed a property last weekend in Lansdowne Road, which can flash up now, and we knew we had a lot of inquiry on that. Something like 130 people at that open home.
I
just
wish
crazy.
we'd been charging entrance fee, Gary.
Well, we should. I asked the vendor if he's got any oil in the back garden, because that is fantastic. It's a lovely home generating a lot of interest, deserves it, but amazing to think that those sort of numbers can get there out and about at a home on the weekend, so good signs. A couple of properties to review, Phil, that's starting this weekend we want to talk about. One of them, and you're familiar with this as I am, beautiful home at 142 BAMBRA Road in Caulfield.
I can't wait for that to open, Gary, and I can't wait to get buyer feedback, because certainly when you drive past that property, it's somewhat of a local landmark because it sits so superbly on the land. It's a much larger block than usual, and certainly it's a home that's been beautifully renovated and superbly presented. So it'll be great to actually open the doors on that and get some buyer feedback.
A grand period home starts off this weekend, Phil, so we're looking forward to that, getting auctioned the first week in March. Also that weekend we've got a property in ELSTERNWICK in 2 SHOOBRA Road. Certainly this one has not been done and renovated, but a magnificent home up on the screen at the moment. Have a look at this one, Phil.
And that's what I call, Gary, the blank canvas, because it's a really good, solid home. The period style, of course, is Federation stroke Edwardian, and it's the sort of home that somebody can move into and say, okay, what am I going to do here in the future, without being encumbered by somebody's previous renovations.
The position's so good, just just a couple of doors from Huntley Road there.
You don't need to put a kitchen
the hub
in
of it.
that one, Gary.
You don't need to put a kitchen, but it's not impossible, and I'm sorry for all those people that love period homes, as I do, because I've lived in one in ELSTERNWICK, a period home, and loved it, but it could come down, Phil. They could build something there. It's possible.
My tip, Gary, is that this will go to somebody that wants to restore it to its former grandeur.
We hope so, but not impossible that it sells for a development. Another one that we're going to feature, which is in a different price range, but a really good little snap purchase, this one, in East St Kilda in Cardigan Street. This one is at a very affordable level, looking at around between $360 and $400, and that one is in Cardigan Street in East St Kilda. 2-bedroom with a courtyard in very good order, and this could be a really good buy for an investor or someone just getting started, Phil.
It's the absolute ideal first home, or just a great investment for the portfolio, Gary, because it's brilliantly positioned, and of course that location in East St Kilda from a tenancy point of view means that the vacancy factor there would be very, very low.
Yeah, a terrific starter and a great stepping stone through the market, that one in Cardigan Street. So as we are, and as we've promised, we're going to be reviewing a few homes that are coming up through the year, just to give you an understanding of what's available, what's coming up in all sorts of shapes and sizes and areas and price range, and that's certainly a great pleasure. That's what we do in our real estate lives, which we love. That's why we got into it.
And once again, Gary, ideas at garypeer.com.au. We're just really enjoying the feedback from people that are watching, and certainly any idea that does come in, Gary, that's not X-rated, we're certainly happy to address at length on GPTV.
Okay, well, we'll let that one go then, Phil, about the X rating, because I know those ideas, that you don't necessarily discard those ideas, but that's another story. What I do want to talk about is an idea that I came up with that I think could be fun.
This is an original idea?
It is an original, well, I think I might have heard about it.
Or is it one of my ideas that you've taken?
Definitely not one of yours. Definitely you couldn't have had the brilliance for this one, Phil. This is Name the Price, and it's a little competition that we're going to run as of next week, where we're going to put a property up and everybody can come through in Gary Peer Ideas, whatever that email is, it's flashing up on the screen now. We are going to have a Name the Price competition where people can go and just submit a price by email, and whoever gets the price right or closest to it, well, let's give them a night out, maybe the movies, couple of tickets to Gold Class, voucher for some food, meals there, Phil, some popcorn.
Just tone it down a little bit, because if this idea's got legs, we're going to be running this competition 12 months of the year.
Well, maybe we should, but good film, The Descendants, by the way. Saw that recently. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't yet seen it. It's with the new movie with George Clooney.
It is, and it's got some great real estate themes. One of them is about a real estate agent that is cheating on his partner, which is not necessarily a good idea, but who would have ever thought? That's the first time it's ever happened, so it's worth putting in a movie. And the second one is about a big sale of a massive parcel of land in Hawaii. So there are a couple of things that we can enjoy looking at, not relate to necessarily, but we can certainly enjoy looking at. So that's a recommendation. Not that this is about movies, but certainly if the market goes south, well, we know what else we can do with our lives. Maybe it's going to be film evaluations and critics. So Phil, the other big news this week was Jennifer Aniston, and the rumours were out there that you were the person that made the sale to her. It was something in the order of how much was it? $30 million?
Well, Gary, just coming back from LA, there was an opportunity for me to do some real estate, and certainly I'm not saying yes or I'm not saying no as to whether I was the person that transacted that sale, but certainly big sale, Gary.
It was a big sale. The property's up on the screen there, $30 million. Unfortunately, we did not sell it, but I thought it would make a good headline for GPTV this week anyway. So something that's happened overseas, big real estate action.
Thanks again for watching GPTV. I'm Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Peer. We look forward to seeing you next week with the start of our competition and all the weekly real estate news.
Have a great week.
Cheers.